Good evening. It's Thursday night, June 11th. Excuse me, June 11th. It's Thursday night, a non-UFC edition of the Iman Report. Last couple nights we've had the MLB draft. And let's see. Right now, baseball. I don't think we're anywhere closer to having a season. Manfred indicating that there's not going to be a canceled season. We'll see what happens from there. But my boys, the San Francisco Giants, had a good draft. Let's see who they picked. In the first round, they drafted Patrick Bailey, another catcher. People were saying, hey, wait a minute. Why do we need a catcher when we have Joey Bart? Well, we could have the universal DH rule coming. Patrick Bailey is also another good bat. He may not stay at catcher. He could potentially play first base. Especially, next year is going to be the final year of Brandon Belt's contract. So you could see a guy like Aronis Garcia play first. You could see potentially Joey Bart spend time at first base in AAA next year. You could see Bailey play first base at single A. So I certainly got to start looking at life after Brandon Belt, and Belt is not going to be back after the 2021 season. And then in the second round, in the 49th pick, the Giants picked a pitcher / third baseman in Casey Schmidt. Casey Schmidt looks like who could potentially be the replacement for the future replacement of Evan Longoria. Longoria due to be a UFA in 2024. So plenty of time for him to go develop on the farm, especially at a time when we have when Longoria is regressing. Who knows if Pablo Sandoval will have another healthy season or not. So I think that was a really good draft pick there. Then after that, that's when the Giants started to focus on pitching. The 4 of their last 7 picks were on pitching. So Nick Swinney, a left-hander out of North Carolina State. Swinney could be a guy that could be the future Madison Bumgarner, hopefully, or the future Tim Lincecum. So there's one building block there. And then the 68th pick after that, they drafted their potential future replacement for Brandon Crawford in Jimmy Glowinski from Dallas Baptist. So Crawford could be going, and Crawford's going to be a UFA after next season. Is Dubon the future? Who knows? But you do have Jimmy Glowinski now, who could be the heir apparent of Brandon Crawford in a few years. So Zaidi does address the shortstop. Then the final 3 picks were pitching. Kyle Harrison from De La Salle Concord. Could be another guy. Kyle Harrison. I already said that. RJ Dabovich from Arizona State drafted 114. 144, Ryan Murphy drafted. They need one of these 4 guys to pan out to be an ace. The Giants definitely needed, I wish they would have addressed pitching in the first round. But who knows what will happen with that Murphy. Even though it was a little bit of a head scratcher at first, then I thought to myself, who knows? They could be thinking of the next replacement for Brandon Belt. They might originally play at catcher, but they could be bounced around at other positions. And certainly that needs to happen with Belt entering his walk year next year. So there's going to be a lot of change going on with the Giants. If the season does get canceled per se, you lose Tony Watson to free agency. I don't think Watson will be coming back in 2021. The Giants get Jeff Samardzija off the books. That's a big one. That's $15 million coming off the books right there. So that could give the Giants enough money to say, go for a centerpiece guy like Mookie Betts if they wanted to. They could go pursue an ace in Trevor Bauer. Bauer entering his walk year. There's going to be some guys who are going to go into free agency. And if there's a canceled season, the Dodgers lose Betts for nothing. Cincinnati loses Bauer. James Paxton's another guy that will be a free agent from the Yankees. Jackie Bradley becomes a free agent. That could be another guy the Giants could go after is Jackie Bradley. So who knows what will happen in a canceled season, but those are two guys. Gossman becomes a free agent. Smiley becomes a free agent. So we've got some kids. So we got some kids that are going to become free agent. You've got, but it hurts the players in the minors worse than the players currently on the team. You lose a year of development from Joey Bart. You lose a year of development from Helio Ramos. You lose a year from Connor Menez. I mean, Menez was a guy that had his ups and downs with the Giants last season. He was going to probably start the year in Sacramento. So who knows how his second year in the minors would do for Menez. Also, it hurts Logan Webb. Webb was going to be under an innings restriction anyways this season. But he would have started in Sacramento. Derek Rodriguez. So there's a lot of guys that are going to get really affected. The baby Giants are going to be the big losers of not having a year of the minors. Whether or not we have an MLB season remains to be seen. But, in 2021, Crawford's contract comes off the books after 2021. Also, you lose Crawford's another big contract coming off the books. Belt. So I think I'm going to say I'm going to give it a B for Zaidi's draft this year. He did address the pitching. That was a big thing. Also start preparing for life after Brandon Belt and life after Evan Longoria. So the rebuild's in full effect now. So now it's time to start sowing the seeds on the farm and get these kids developed. Hopefully in 2021. But we got another situation coming up in 2021. In my town, the Fresno Grizzlies, we're probably going to lose our affiliation with the Nationals after this season, and that's another bad thing coming up here in the city of Fresno is the Grizzlies may not be a AAA team after 2021. They could end up being a single A team, which I unfortunately think will be the demise of the Fresno Grizzlies. The city needing money and Chick-Chansey Park just not making it as a ballpark. I could see Chick-Chansey Park be redeveloped into a soccer stadium or repurposed for something else with the potential loss of the Fresno Grizzlies being demoted. So I think the Grizzlies are in so I think that's where we're going to have a lot of shaking and moving in the minors next year when they rework the minor league system. And here in Fresno, it is not going to be pretty. Now on to the other sports. NBA slated to return has announced they will return June 30th with a 22-team return. 22 teams that will be, so you're going to have they will restart at the Walt Disney World facility. So that's all about, looks like the G League team will taxi squad along with the NBA teams. Here we go. And now here's going to be the 6 teams joining the other 16 playoff teams to finish off the NBA season, resume July 30th. The Phoenix Suns, surprising. I thought they would go by top 11 each conference. I guess they're going with the 22 best teams. But the Suns, they are in at 22. 21, Washington Wizards. And Washington's a team that could they be amnesty? And if the amnesty provision comes in, they could certainly be losing. They could look to amnesty John Wall. So the Wizards are in. Number 20, the San Antonio Spurs, who will probably be going into a long rebuild after this season. Aldridge going to be out, so they're going to have to rely on DeMar DeRozan and Patty Mills. Orlando Magic at 19. 18, the Brooklyn Nets. And the bad news for the Nets is that Kevin Durant will not be back this year, so that hurts their chances. Sacramento Kings, welcome to the show. This will definitely be a good learning experience for the Kings. Buddy Hield has looked better as a six-man. Bogdanovich is now a starter. And Hield now at 20 points per game while shooting. And, of course, De'Aaron Fox is continuing his strong play after injuries. So this could be a good learning experience for the Sacramento Kings. They're not going to go deep, but it could attract them free agents in the offseason, and this will be good for Ranativ. 15, the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion is definitely looking like the face of the franchise. You got Lonzo Ball, Jrue Holiday, Derek Favors. Getting them some playoff experience will be awesome. 14, the Memphis Grizzlies. The Portland Trail Blazers. That will be interesting if they can get into as an 8. But Lillard, can Lillard catch fire? That's going to be interesting. Can Damian Lillard catch fire? Joseph Nurkic. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely think Portland could be a big wild card. OKC. Got Miami. I think Miami will probably get bounced in the first round of the playoffs. The Pacers, we'll see how Oladipo looks after this break. I think it could be. This is one team that could have benefited from the suspended season. Has been Indiana. Oladipo could be in much better shape. And then Dallas, they could be a sleeper. Toronto, don't count out Toronto. So you got Toronto, and I think Toronto, don't ever count them out. They are my sleepers to get into the finals. You've got the Nuggets. And so on and so on. The Lakers, Sixers, Rockets, Clippers, and Bucks. But NBA will resume play. We'll have 8 games of kind of a play-in to get those bottom seeds figured out. Then we will have the NBA playoffs sometime in August. NHL, they are going to start up skating camps on July 10th for about 3 weeks. So that puts them about early August is when the NHL will start their 24-team playoff. Top 4 will do the round robin, and then the rest will start their playoff series. The round robin will determine seeding for the top 4 teams of each conference. Once we get a better picture of the brackets, I will do a bracket preview. But hopefully, a team like the New York Rangers can catch fire. Who knows? But hockey, they are looking to start camps again on the 10th. MLS, they are slated to return July 8th. So they are about a month away from returning. That's good news. They will have a welcome back tournament. So that's where the MLS currently stands on a return. And then NFL, they are discussing shortening the preseason by 2 games. I'm not opposed to that. They're going to probably start training camps really soon. So NFL looks like they're going to start on time. College, 50-50, they start on time. But it's looking maybe more and more like college football is going to have a season this year. I don't know if there's going to be fans or not in the stands yet. That could be a state-by-state basis. But could we see... I don't think California is going to have fans in the stands per se. But we will see if the Pac-12 actually agrees to a season or not. Time will tell on that. But that's where we are on sports resuming. Iman Report will be back Saturday night after the fight night between Jessica Ai and Roxanne Modafferi. Go to me. Jessica Ai versus Cynthia Calvillo, having a little bit of a brain fart. The Iman Report is now on Discord, so come in. This will be our green room per se, but the Iman Report will now be on Discord. Come hang out on Discord after the Iman Report, after on a fight night or whatnot. That way, it will be a fun place to BS and stuff. So join us on Discord, and hopefully we can make this a better show. Everybody have a great and awesome Thursday night. Wear a mask when you're out and about. Please be safe. Good night.